Hi everybody, here we go. It's been a while. We're doing the Grimdark future from One Page Rules. We're doing, this is about the third or fourth game for you guys?
Well, we played last weekend and we got, 4. So this is like 5 for us.
Okay, this is my first one. Obviously, as you know, I've been out for a while. All right, so we have over here, this is the
Human Defense Force.
Human Defense Force with they got,
Light walkers.
and you got some squads.
We got some stormtroopers, got 3 stormtrooper squads, and then the guys with the red here are the company leaders.
Okay.
And then each squad has a storm leader.
Storm leader.
So those are all heroes.
Okay.
And that's all I've got on this side.
Alrighty. And over here we have the
High Elf Fleet.
High Elf Fleet. Alright. Over here we have some scouts, right?
Nurgle's Rot.
Rangers.
Yeah, Nurgle's Rot still hanging in there, but Rangers, they've had 4 deployment, so they got an extra movement forward after deployment. Everybody was deployed. So they took the high ground there. We have here
Guardian Squad.
Guardian Squad with they got their leader type right there, and they're all set up. Is that a star cannon or something?
Star Cannon, and they're armed with shard guns.
Which are range 12. So these guys have range 30. These are 12, really short. And we have the warp spiders. What are the guys called in this game?
Spiders.
The
Spider Squad.
Spider Squad. These guys are on ambush mode. So come turn 2, they can deploy pretty much anywhere they want to if they
Within
outside of 9 inches.
Outside of 9 inches from an enemy unit.
So if you got a range 12 weapon, you're at least
You're in range.
Right.
Okay. And then we got the Falcons here.
Hawk Squad.
Hawk Squad. You got
They're
two of them.
Both in reserve or ambush.
And they got range 24 rifles, double shot, correct?
Yes, and grenade packs.
And grenades. All right. So this is everybody's deployed. So we won the initiative. Yes. So we get to do the first turn if we want to.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
you have to do the first turn.
Yeah. I guess there is no choice in that.
Yeah.
You have to do it. All right. So this is Grimdark Future, and we'll be back with turn 1. There's only 4 turns, maybe 5, right?
Maybe. It depends on how. This particular game, I don't see us going to a 5th one, but if we were doing objectives or missions, we might want to do a 5th one. And that's usually, I believe it's a 4+ or 5+ on a die roll at the end of turn 4.
Okay.
So.
All right. We'll be back then. All right, turn 2. First thing that happened is that the spiders jumped over here, came in and ambushed this walker, shot it to pieces, took it down. And then this walker come over here with his big giant plasma violator and blasted the heck out of the spiders. Left the leader was the last one left. He was staying there, and then your guy with the plasma pistol just made him an incandescent warrior. So ended his day. I was like, well, how many points were the spiders?
220 and so 240.
240.
We came out.
240 versus 205.
It didn't work out so good.
No.
Yeah, we lost big on that one. And then over here, these guys rushed up into cover. These guys rushed up into cover. These guys rushed up here. Some snipers in this building shot one of them. And then the cannon that's over here shot and got one of them also. So they took 2. So if you lost 2 guys and your vehicle,
Yep.
and we've lost 5 spiders.
Yep.
So we're slightly, it's about tied, I'd say. Almost.
Yeah. Points wise, I've got the points, but we're not doing anything like that. So
Yeah.
this game anyway.
That seems to be working out kind of bloody like.
Yep. Turn 3 is going to be the probably deciding factor.
And we have the movement. We got the
Yep.
first turn because you had extra movements left. All right, so we'll be back with turn 3. Turn 3, the big old walker comes over here, fires his plasma cannon, and impacts on the building, saving the space elves from taking any damage. Then over here, deep striked over here at an ambush, and then they shot the heck out of this unit right here, took a few casualties. And then the snipers over here shot over and took out everybody except for... Got one wound left on that leader type, right?
Yep.
Then they fired over here and
Missed.
well, they hit, and then you made your
Yeah.
saves.
Saved them all.
Saved them all because they covered. And let's see what else.
Swooping hawk.
Then these guys here fired a massive barrage into those poor buggers right there and just shot them down except for the leader type. And then they opened up over here with their heavy weapons and shot the last guy out. And then over here, their leaders ran over here, seeing that there's some hawks running rampant over the backfield. They're going to add support and try to do things. So at the moment... we lost a hawk squad, a spider squad. That's it. And you've lost...
I've lost almost one squad.
Yeah.
And Walker.
Yeah. So, sort of
Pretty
out.
much a tie so far.
Yeah. And right now this is going to be turn 4, which is the last one. We had the first maneuver because you went last, so we get the next one. All right, so that's it for turn 3. We're moving on to turn 4. Turn 4. All right, the Hawks over here took out the remainder of that squad right there. There's now bodies laying there. And then this, let's see, which squad?
This squad lost a volley gun.
And then, well, they fired over here and took out 2 guys right there. And then the snipers turned around and fired over here and took out a volley gun, or a heavy weapon. And then this guy fired over here, the heavy weapon right there, fired on that same squad that fired at them, and got some good hits, and then you made all your saves.
Yep.
6s followed by 6s. It's like Yahtzee. And then you fired this walker over here into the squad and took out
2 more.
2 more right there. So they lost 4, but they are fine. The snipers did a good job here. And then this squad here came out of cover and fired over here and took those guys out. And then this guy's trying to get into range with their little plasma pistols, but
Didn't quite make it.
yeah, they're short just a little bit. And then we rolled off, and that was the end of the game at turn 4. We didn't move on. Interesting. My very first time playing this game. It is a bloody affair. I'm feeling like I'm playing sort of second edition 40K with all the modifiers and everything. I like it. I don't mind modifiers. You got cover modifiers, you got AP modifiers. Hey, what's not to like?
And the potential for rolling lots of dice
Yeah.
or not. It
Yeah.
just depends on how you build your units.
Yeah. I have to say, these guys right here, these are stormtroopers, right?
Yeah, I built them up as stormtroopers.
They took it. They took a lot of hits, kept on ticking. And they could fire. They were throwing out a bucket load of dice every time they fired at somebody.
Well, I built them with 2 volley guns. That's one of the options. So
Yeah.
I built the models that way.
And those volley guns are nasty.
You got 2 figures rolling 8 dice.
Yeah.
So,
And
and then
then-
I added munitioner, which is focus fire, adds a +1 to the AP, so it gives the AP 2,
Yeah.
and that's for most enemies. You're going to be needing a 6 for that.
Yeah. So the only ones, we had 4s. Yeah, I needed 6s. Everything. Even the guys over here, they had a 5+ to begin with, and then you hit them with those, and it's like the only thing that could save is on a 6.
Yep.
These guys right here with their little 12-inch guns. If it wasn't for the heavy weapon, they'd just be doing nothing but sitting on an objective.
Yep.
That would be their only advantage. It was worked out. The concept of the warp spiders that came in here, spiders, and took out one of your walkers, which is good because those walkers roll through 2 dice, and anything within 3 inches is taking another hit.
Well, 3 targets. Yeah.
Up to 3. So, or 3 hits or 3 targets. So it's like,
3 hits.
Yeah.
And you can only put one per model, so
Yeah.
it averages out to 3 models
yeah.
that you're saving for. So
And then I'm glad we took one of them out.
you imagine both of them still running around out here.
Yeah, they would have rolled up and just obliterated probably the squad right there. Now, the only saving grace over here was that you kept looking at the snipers, and the snipers were like, "Hey, you need 6s to hit them."
Yeah. Chances are, I don't like the snipers because they're very good. They can cover, and they got
range.
stealth, and then they got range, and they're
Well, they have, depending on what.
the only thing that I could have, if I'd have had ambush, I could have dropped in right on top of them, well, within
Close
10
to
inches,
'em.
but
Yeah,
I could have, if I'd have had Terminators, if I'd taken Battle Brothers or something, my Chaos, those scouts they'd have been gone.
yep.
But this force, Human Defense Force, didn't have that, and I didn't purchase anything for ambush, so.
It's a pretty strong force that you have there.
Well, I want to do anywhere from 15 to 2,000 points and add vehicles and get my veterans involved too.
Yeah, adding
The
veterans.
veterans would have.
Veterans they hit better.
No, they're still at 4/4 because I bought heavy armor for them. So originally they're 4/5s, but with the heavy armor, that brings them down to 4/4.
Okay.
The only thing would have been, instead of heavy rifles, they would have just regular rifles, which aren't quite as good as heavy rifles. So
And vehicles have a lot of wounds.
yeah, vehicles. These walkers have 6. I think the APCs or whatever
And they have
the
a
Chimeras will be called.
save on a 2+, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the vehicles save on 2+.
Yeah. That would make it interesting. And then those AP4 weapons actually come into play.
Yep.
So you're still sitting and looking at 6s.
Yep.
All right. That was one thing about the spiders was nice. They had AP4 weapons capable of taking out a vehicle quickly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was one of these guys that obliterated the squad quickly.
Now, if you'd have had 2 different weapon systems, you could have targeted both. But I don't know if that option is available.
Yeah, there was 2 different.
Well, the one had the dual. He had the 4 attack. The upgrade.
Yeah, it took everything I had to take out the one though.
Yeah.
So Now, if you didn't have the second one next to it, that would actually cause.
If I'd have split them, which what I was kind of thinking about doing first, I don't think I'd have wiped out that squad.
No, it's like you would.
Well, I don't know. The plasma, it's got 30 inches,
Well,
so if I'd have been able to shoot at it.
That squad right there was the one that would have had to turn around and shoot
Right.
back here.
Yep.
So either way you look at it, if you would have had him up, the other walker on that side, there might have been enough intervening terrain to block the line of sight. But from where they were at, his there or there.
Yep.
All right, interesting. I like it so far. All right, any other things?
I don't have anything.
All right, we'll be back again sometime. All right, here we go. It's another game of
Grimdark Future.
Grimdark Future, Game 2. All right, so the same forces as the first game. The only thing is we added one vehicle to the mix. And that one vehicle here equates to all of that right there, and then that vehicle right there. So, yeah, you guys is cheap compared to ours. But it's like that one vehicle, though, is equivalent of wounds of all that together. But we'll find out how that works out. All right, so turn one. And we have the initiative, so we have to go first. Turn one. We had forces over here. They moved up, took some shots, and missed the grab vehicle right there. They tried to drop mortars, but they could only hit these guys, their own crew, so they decided not to shoot their own guys. Same thing with these guys. They couldn't shoot their own guys. Over here, they moved their vehicle up, and just short of shooting the squad over here, this walker came over there and shot and hit the wall with both its shots, luckily. The snipers, they turned around and shot this walker and put some damage on it. And this star cannon right there hit the guy that was in the open and gave him a wound. Even though...
And I forgot to move him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you move him?
No, he did not.
I figured he'd run for cover.
Yeah, he forgot to move. He was so shocked that he got hit. He was like, oh, what's going on? And this guy, he moved out there and goes, oh, I got nobody to shoot at. Because we spent so many points just bringing the vehicle in, we couldn't do any upgrades on it. If we did the upgrades, they'd bring in another squad. So, yeah, we'd be outgunned even more. But we'd be able to shoot. All right, so that's the end of turn one. So we're moving on to turn two on the skeleton die. And we get to do our deployments. There we go. So far, any questions?
Nope.
Nope. No? All right, we'll be back. Turn two. The tank come over here, did some damage, and took out a guy out of there with its short-range cannon. Long-range cannon took some wounds off that one walker right back there. And then the snipers, they over here shot the walker, did a wound on it. And then the cannon, star cannon right there, they fired and took out that one leader type, that there, the little flag that's over in the corner. He dead. He got vaporized. And then these guys over here, since they were short range, fired point blank into the vehicle, did some damage. The autocannons missed.
Big time.
The mortars both hit, but
Didn't do much damage.
yeah. And then the one walker over here fired it into this guy and did some damage, and the other walker did a little bit of damage. And then the
APC did one.
did one damage. So they now a total of 6 on that vehicle out of 12.
Yep. Half dead.
Yeah. And then these guys are just parking there trying to do a zone of control area.
my guess would, or my question would be, would that be a morale check on that vehicle?
You had, is it
If
equal?
you started with 12 wounds and you're half, now would it be equal or is it more? So that would be one more wound.
One more wound.
Well,
We'll find
the
out.
other one says half or less for the units.
Half or less is no morale check?
And half or less is half or less left in the unit.
Okay, so then that would be a morale check. Okay,
2+.
Yeah.
so then it would have to be a morale check on that
I
too.
need a 2+.
Yeah.
Alright.
It would be pin.
2.
Oh, quality. What's your quality? 2.
2.
Quality is 2?
For vehicle?
Yeah. All mine are 4, I think.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Defense, and that's what you take it on, is defense.
Yeah. Which is 2.
No, I thought it was on quality. I've been taking it on quality all the time.
Let me check.
Well, we'll find out when it comes to, that was the end of turn 2, correct?
Yeah.
Moving on to 3?
No. Yeah, that was into turn 2. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, quality test.
Turn 3.
Right, it's on the quality test.
Alright, we'll be back. Turn 3. Alright, these guys over here, they unloaded everything they had into the vehicle and it bounced, pretty much. Well, you did do
I did
2,
do a couple
2 wounds, yeah.
of wounds.
A lot of it though was shrugged off, and then it's like we had the warp spiders jumped in here, and there was a squad right about there. You see that blank spot? There was a squad there. Warp spiders obliterated them, and then these guys come walking over here and took out 4, and then pinned the leader type. And then this guy over here, he fired his plasma pistol into him and missed, and then over here, the snipers unleashed onto that guy and did 2 wounds.
Two wounds.
And then the swooping hawks, the hawks, unleashed into these guys, this vehicle, and pinned it. Did enough damage and caused it to be pinned. And then this guy here, he fired and
Get a couple points in, or did a point of damage on it, I think, earlier.
yeah, I did 1 point, and then you've got the other 2 to cause him to be pinned. And then the final
This guy's
walker,
pinned.
yeah, he's pinned because he took 3 wounds. And then this walker comes around the corner and unleashes hits with 2 of the plasma guns and finished him, vaporized him into an incandescent vehicle, blew out the back hatch and everything. So after 3, we have the 4th turn left, and it's looking to be the same repeat of the last game. As you just have numbers. That's
Yeah. And due to time restraints, we're gonna probably call it after turn 3 here.
yeah. What would probably do. Were you thinking about dropping your last ones down in here and then hit these guys or something?
Yeah.
And then was hoping that this vehicle would have lived long enough. I would have turned around and unleashed on these guys. Hopefully knocked out a few of those guns. And the snipers could have easily started maybe.
Picking off the rest of the
Yeah.
stuff over there.
So,
I still never really made it to your guardians.
no.
I did some damage,
They're
but
just too short range.
Yeah. Yeah, the Guardians they're objective holders. That's about the best thing, is just park them to some place and that's it. If they didn't have some type of heavy weapon, they'd just be ignored, I think, until you got close enough. So, well, the firepower, I think, I don't know, is it better to have the spiders over the swooping hawks? I'm not sure the point difference between the 2. That's a question.
Swooping Hawk, the Hawk Squad, 210 points plus.
So about the same then. It was 240 for the spiders.
Plus 15 points, so
Two. So 225 versus 240.
yeah.
I'd almost put the 240,
Yeah,
bring more spiders.
yeah. The spiders are just hard hitting.
Yeah.
If when they connect on a unit, they just obliterate it. The swooping hawks are nice, is that they have mobility, even though the spiders do too. But we're not sure if the spiders with their warp jump are able to jump then move or what. But
Guess the unit where you don't have a lot of
armor.
a lot of armor, then the extra firepower comes in play. But without the minus,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just straight rolls. Great against like orcs probably. The green horde.
The Green Horde.
All right, so I'm gonna have to find a copy of the rules. So start reading. All right, well that was the end of the second game, and I hope you guys like it. So like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Elkrix out.